needs fixing, Gladys?
Right, first I didn't tell you a minute ago, but I have got a spine problem and a neck problem. I can only sleep on this side because I go dizzy.
Right, speak up a little bit for the camera, because with the air conditioning we'll get complaints, they can't hear you.
A year ago I broke my ankle.
Right.
And it's taken, well, it's more than a year now, and it's still pulling in the back.
Right.
It's still stopping me from using it the same way as this foot.
Right, so let me see you walk on it, so then we'll get something on, some film evidence. So you broke this a year ago, and it's still not right?
Yeah.
Right.
It pulls all the way at the back, it stops my ankle. It feels like it's blocked.
Yeah, it is. So you have a seat there. Now, I have to check legally that you've seen a doctor about this.
Yes.
And the doctor's not been able to help you.
Yes, no,
right.
they told me that's as far as it will go.
So if we can get it better tonight, that will be good, won't it?
Great.
Right, and your spine, just say that with a big voice. What's wrong with the spine?
Well, I've got a few bits. First of all, it's in my neck.
Right.
And then halfway down my back I get pains, and then further down near the hips.
Right, so we've got 3 areas to work on there. All right, we're going to fix that ankle first, okay? Right, so guys, these are your bodies, and your body responds to your thoughts and your feelings. And if you change your thoughts and your feelings, your body will respond. Let me give you an example. If you say to yourself, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm worn out, guess how you're going to start feeling? Yeah? Whereas if you say, I'm energized, I feel amazing, my body is recharging, it's going to help, isn't it? So what they're doing now is they're whacking my ankle, because if they whacked yours, it would probably hurt. This is, so they're using my body as a surrogate. In much the same way as a doctor might look in a medical book or on the internet to get answers, they look at my ankle and they look at, all right, that's Jeanette's ankle, she hasn't got any pain, hers isn't pulling at the back. How does that compare with Gladys's? All right, and then they start making adjustments. Now, there's a surgeon knelt now, you've only got my word for this, but there's a surgeon knelt there and he's taking measurements within the ankle because he needs to make sure that they get all the ligaments the right length. Just try moving that foot like that, see how that feels. In little circles. How is that feeling?
Still pulling.
Pulling?
Yeah,
Cool.
especially this side.
Right, and then rest that one down and move that one for me, because I want your brain to register how that one feels. You see, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, and we want to get this one as good as that one. God bless. God bless. All right, so there are 2 surgeons that are working here, and they are both, in spirit world terms, doctors. So in the same way that here on a physical level we have doctors and surgeons and specialists, it's the same spirit world. So there's 2 doctors that are going to work together to fix this ankle. And then what's most likely going to happen is the senior surgeon will come in just to make sure they've done everything correct. God bless. All right. Now, there's a feeling within the ankle that there's a bit missing. It feels like there's a bit missing. Right, if you can try that rotation again. Starting to get a little bit freer, eh?
A bit easier.
Then rest it down. Now I've got to come really close. And this is typical when somebody's had an injury, usually the damage is on, I'm just going to roll your trouser leg up a wee bit, there we go. Usually the damage is to the, there's a physical layer of the aura, which is like electric blue lines, and usually that's where I have to work. When somebody's cause is mental or emotional, I can be further away from the energy field, but when it's a break, when it's like a sports injury or a fall or something like that, I've usually got to work really close to the physical. Now, any sensation for you in that foot, what can you feel happening? Not a lot at the moment, cool, okay. You let me know when you can feel something. All right, so when I was a little way away, it felt like there was an area about the size of a 50-cent piece that was like missing. You can't have a bit of your foot missing, but it would be an energy block. And there's different kinds of energy blocks. There can just be an absence of energy, as this one feels, or you can have like cold energy in there, as in the case of a frozen shoulder, they actually feel cold. tiny, tiny little movements they're doing to get this right. Because it has been a year, and this is they're shaking off little, not fragments. It's if you were to smooth something, like sanding to smooth it, that's what they're doing inside the ankle joint. But it's done with energy. The energy then doesn't need to go anywhere. The energy gets transmuted. God bless. Right, he's happy now. Just if you can do that movement this time. Right, and just try walking on it now. See how it feels.
It's not pulling so much at the back.
No, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, sit down. He says he's not quite there. He's not quite there with it, but he is going to get there with it. So, right, so 2 doctors at the moment that are working. God bless. God bless. All right. My brain is curious, why does there need to be 2? But they're showing that they can work together, and they're actually mirroring each other. God bless. God bless. And now, if you can rotate that ankle again, rotate the foot, just to see how that's doing.
Balls inside.
Yeah, and do both together so we can see now both right and left how we're going. So it's getting a lot better than it was. Yeah. Right, and now walk on it.
This is the ear.
Yeah, walk on it
Yeah.
again, because we've got to look at everything together. How's that feeling?
Slightly.
Slightly better?
Slightly.
Cool. Right, and then have a seat again. Cool. God bless. Cool. Right. Okay, now the other thing that's happening at the moment with the ankle, the whole ankle is feeling dry. So it's feeling like it needs a good amount of lubrication in there. God bless. All right, now while I'm working on the ankle as well, the first of the surgeons is starting to look at the back. So any sensation for you in your neck or your back?
Just feeling a little bit light, not much.
Yeah, just feeling a little bit lighter. At the moment, all they're doing is scanning. That's all they're doing is scanning. Bless. All right. Now, within the ankle, they're showing me a part that's pinched. And so now they're just setting about releasing that. And to do that, all they do is they bring awareness in. These surgeons don't try and fix you. If they tried to fix you, that would be ego. Yeah? They don't. They just bring their awareness in. Your higher self takes whatever it needs to heal and repair. Right, and another walk around, see how that feels. Better.
Really easier.
Awesome. We can always tell when people start smiling, we know the pain's gone. Right, now we're going to do your back. So for your back, we'll get you sat down first, your legs facing this way. That's it. So usually they'll work on backs with the person seated, and then they'll look at what needs to happen when they're stood up as well. God bless. All right. Your spine is so important, guys. When I work on people with sore backs, they honestly say that the back is the worst pain. Yeah, when I work on people with neuralgia, they say, no, that is the worst pain. Everybody, depending on what you experience, you'll probably describe it as the worst pain. but backs are all about being in alignment. And in the world that we live in, sometimes it's difficult to be in alignment with who we know ourselves to be, because you've got to pay bills. Yeah, you've got to jump through certain hoops. So spines are all about being in alignment, but there are little things we can all do every day to be more in alignment. Bless. Now, what's happening for you now? What can you feel happening?
Something like
There's something in your head. What does it feel like?
just tightening up.
Tightening up? Yeah. To me, it feels like they're trying to stretch your spine up. That's how it feels. This work now is starting to move the excess energy out of the energy field. There's a saying, making a rod for your own back. Yeah? If you're too demanding of yourself, setting too high standards, you'll make a rod for your own back, and your back can hurt because you've done that. Hope there's nobody downstairs. They're going to wonder what's going on up here. It's worse when I'm in a hotel room. Now, what's happening for you? What can you feel happening?
Loose.
Starting to feel looser. Now, sometimes when I watch myself on video, I'm like, hang on a minute. One leg's doing one thing, my hands are doing another. How do you do that? There's one shot with me rotating my ankle, and I'm like, my foot, and it's like, wow, your foot shouldn't move like that. And I've got one clip of a lady with a big toe. If you imagine a big toe's like that, it goes that way, in and out of the toe. And it's like, how do you do that? That was filmed in Dunedin in New Zealand. Right, have a walk around, see how your back feels.
Feet are here. I walk this way.
Yeah, walk that way, yeah.
Just
Just the hip now, is it? Yeah, cool. So if you can stand facing the camera, and I'll get into that hip side. Cool. So I don't need to think about the healing. I do need to pay attention, but it's not me doing the healing. As they move or disperse the energy from around your physical body, because you don't really stop with the flesh, the energy that's within your physical form also now has some space to move. They're stomping that down my hip. Just try walking again. Whew.
It's better. Just a little bit better. And a little bit still here.
Right, cool. So face that way again. Now, the other thing that happens is as you watch the energy being taken out, you can get a release for your own back as well. Even watching it on video, getting lots of feedback now that people are watching the videos and getting well. Right, walk around again. Cool. Awesome.
And my legs
And your leg's better as well. Awesome. Brilliant. Give her a round of applause.